We're in Vatican City, the world's smallest country.
Vatican City is the home of the Roman Catholic Church and where the Pope lives. With an area of just 0.49 square kilometres, it's by far the smallest country in the entire world, both by area and population. And it has many of the quirks you'd typically associate with a tiny country. Its own stamps and postal system, said to be the single most efficient in the world. The world's shortest railway, stretching a mere 300 metres, and even its own private army of Swiss guards in wonderfully flamboyant attire. As you can probably imagine, it's full of religious statues and sculptures, including the 140 saints that adorn the grand marble colonnade of St. Peter's rather circular square. So what is an ancient Egyptian obelisk doing slap bang in the centre? I mean, they've added a cross on top, plus an engraved plinth and some symbols representing the Sistine coat of arms. It even used to have a metal sphere at the top, rumoured to hold the ashes of Julius Caesar, but none of that makes it any less out of place. And then to add to the mystery, the obelisk was actually here first, and the entire St. Peter's Square was built around it, with the Egyptian monolith as its centrepiece. So why exactly is it here? Hold that thought, we've got a border to cross. After a long and tiresome journey, we've made it to Rome, where the mystery deepens. The city is home to a further 7 ancient Egyptian obelisks, such as this one in the Piazza del Popolo, as well as a handful of ancient Roman obelisks, like the one atop the Spanish Steps, one of Rome's most popular attractions. But once again it begs the question, why are they here? Hold that thought, we've got a plane to catch. This is the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, France, and it's got nothing to do with obelisks. It sits at one end of the Champs-Élysées, and if you climb the nauseating spiral staircase to its 50-metre summit, it offers incredible views of the city. And right at the other end of the Champs-Élysées is, you guessed it, an ancient Egyptian obelisk. This obelisk is 23 metres tall and inscribed with hieroglyphs, and at over 3,000 years old, is the single oldest monument in Paris. Think about that for a second. That's crazy. It even features on one of the €0 banknotes. So why is it here? Now hold that thought. We've got a train to catch. London, England. A short walk downriver from the Houses of Parliament stands yet another ancient Egyptian obelisk. Okay, I'm boring myself now. Just get to the point already. Vatican City, Rome, Paris, London, New York, Istanbul, Israel, Poland, and unsurprisingly Egypt are all home to ancient Egyptian obelisks. So why are these several millennia-old monuments located all around the globe? Well, there's a few reasons. During the Roman Empire, the Romans were quite fond of invading places and stealing things, and often their favourite souvenir from their Egyptian conquests were obelisks. They toppled them, shipped them over, and re-erected them in the city, to such an extent that Rome now has more ancient Egyptian obelisks than Egypt itself. But then how about the obelisks in London, Paris and New York? Well, several thousand years later in the 19th century, the Egyptians loved nothing more than giving presents to all their friends. The obelisks in London and New York form a pair, gifted to each city by Muhammad Ali Pasha, the ruler of Egypt at the time. Both are nicknamed Cleopatra's Needle, although the name's more than a little misleading since they're both about 1,000 years older than the Egyptian queen. The obelisk in Paris, also incorrectly nicknamed Cleopatra's Needle, is also one of a pair, although its sibling was too heavy to move and so is one of the few that remains in Egypt to this day. And the final reason for the obelisk world domination? Well, people just really like them. After stealing 8 and clearly demonstrating their fondness, the ancient Romans just couldn't get enough and set about making some obelisks of their own, such as the one atop the Spanish Steps. And then even more recently, the United States decided that they liked obelisks so much that they wanted to outdo everyone else, and built the tallest and most famous one of them all in Washington DC. Mystery solved. It doesn't make it any less weird to have one at the centre of the Catholic Church, but at least we now know why.